Hey, thought I'd just do a little bit of I'm throwing things immediately. I don't know what it is. Every time I start a video, something goes wrong. um, I thought I'd just do a little bit of an update. How the weekend's been going and all that kind of stuff. I was really excited. Um, so if anybody goes and looks at my Instagram, there's a reel that I uploaded. Um, well, let me back up and then I'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to do things in order. It's the end of a very long day and I'm trying to film this. Yeah, as I'm crashing from way too much caffeine. um, so, when I decided that I was going to start like cataloging my like health and fitness journey, I set out small goals for myself. And because I'm very like unathletic right now, my goals were to do one push up, one pull up, and run a mile. Those were the first like goals that I wanted to get to. And over the weekend, so yesterday actually, I I've been doing wall push ups, because I can't do regular push ups. Um, to try and build up that strength and to try and like make sure my form's good and all that kind of stuff. And so yesterday I decided that I was gonna try and do a push-up, and I got two of them. So I already surpassed the first goal, and so my next goal then is to be able to do 5 push-ups, and I still need to do one pull-up and be able to run a mile. I feel like pretty soon I might be able to like jog a mile because I walk. So any day that I work, I walk at least a mile. Um, because I walk to and from work. And then like today, I walked there, I walked back, so that's 2 miles, and then I walked to pick up some groceries, which is like right between 1.2 and 1.3 miles, so we'll just say a mile and a quarter. Um, so I walked to get groceries, which is another mile and a quarter, and then I walked back, which is another mile and a quarter. So by the time it's all done, it's like 4.5 miles. Um, so I can go the distance. It's a matter of speed and endurance, because it's one thing to like walk a mile and take 20 to 25 minutes to walk a mile, but the second you want to like put any kind of hustle into that, it gets a little bit harder. So walking with my brother has been really good because that sets a pace that's a little bit faster. So I have to keep up a little bit of a faster pace. Doing the stairs is really good because that just forces me to actually move. um, so yeah. So at this point, I feel like fairly soon I'll be able to run a mile, even if it's a really slow mile, even if it's like a 12-minute mile. 12 or 15-minute mile, like I don't care. As long as I can get it done, because the point is to have a starting line. Once I have that starting line, then I can start improving on that. Also, I apologize. I know that there's buzzing in the background. It's my refrigerator. It's old as heck. Um, yeah. So I was able to do 2 push-ups. So next goal is going to be 5 push-ups. Um, and then I do want to eventually transition from push-up goals to bench press goals, but I think I'm going to wait until I can do at least 10 push-ups before I go and start going to the gym to do bench press. Um, just because if I can push up my weight, which right now, I think I weighed myself this morning, or I weighed myself this morning, and I think I was 229.3, if I remember. 229.3 230.4, something like that. So we'll just say round it off to 230. If I can do push-ups at my weight of 230 and do 10 of them, then I should be able to at least bench press the bar, which actually, let me look up right now. How much does a bench press bar weigh? 45 pounds. So if I can push up myself 230 pounds and do that 10 times, I can definitely bench press, a 45-pound bar. And so that's what I would be starting with, is just doing the bar and then going from there. So I have like my more immediate tiers set out with that. So I want to be able to, do 5 push-ups, and then from there I'll try and get to 10. And then once I can do 10, I'll switch to bench press. Right now I want to be able to run a mile, which I think I will be able to get to pretty soon. I'm trying to go on walks on my day off, and I think what I'm going to start doing is when I go on those walks, I'm going to try jogging part of it just to see how I feel, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so once I can run a mile, like consistently jog a mile, I should say, then I'll start working on like my actual time of my mile and further distances. Like my ultimate goal with that is I want to be able to go on a run with one of my friends who's run a marathon before. And like I'm not planning to run a marathon, but I just want to be able to like go on one of his runs with him. And he regularly runs like 10 plus miles. Yeah. And then I want to be able to do a pull-up. Just because, yeah, pull-ups are always one thing that like I've really struggled with, even when I was physically fit. Like I could do them, but they were tough for me. And so I would really like to be able to do a pull-up. And then eventually, once my feet are doing a lot better, because I'm still in physical therapy for my plantar fasciitis, once my feet are doing a lot better, I want to be able to move into doing deadlifts so that I can actually fit the name of Dead Girl Deadlifts. Yeah, so, but I think it's just really exciting to be able to see that I already accomplished one of my goals, because like, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple of moments this week where like I was getting a little disheartened, because like I got really, really sore and it was kind of tough to move for a little bit yesterday. Just because I was more sore than I thought I was going to be, because like at first I thought I was fine, and then I forgot that like a lot of your workouts hit you 2 days after the fact, not the day after. And so yesterday I was really sore, and I got a little bit disheartened about it, because like, well, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's just like I at least get really in my head about like I used to be able to do so much and now look at me kind of thing. But I'm trying not to let that take over. I'm trying to like be really excited. And I think that's why I wanted to like film myself doing the push-ups, because then it's like I have video proof that I accomplished one of the goals that I started out with. Also, I apologize. I know you can probably hear my neighbor. But it's like I have physical proof now. I have video proof that I was able to accomplish one of my goals. And then in the future, when I'm able to do more, because I will be able to do more, I refuse to believe that I'm going to crap out here. Like I'm going to be able to achieve more goals. 1 to 5 years down the road, I'll be able to look back and be like, man, I remember when it was a struggle for me to do 2 push-ups. I have video proof of me struggling to do two push-ups. And now, I'll be wherever I am at that point, physically wide. It's like now I can do like, 25 push-ups, or I can bench press 100 pounds or whatever. Um, yeah, I'm just, I'm trying to be really optimistic. And, I'm just a couple of weeks in. Um, and it's good to see that I'm already making improvements and I'm already seeing changes in myself. Um, as far as like what I can accomplish now, being able to do 2 push-ups is really exciting. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see where I am at the 1 month mark, because we're just a week and a half in now, um, ish. So yeah, but I just wanted to do a little update because I didn't update it all over the weekend. Um, yeah, well, we'll see what the future holds. I'll do an official like weigh in for myself. I'm I really am sorry, finishing my first thought. I'll be doing like an official weigh in for myself on Wednesday, considering that's like the start of my week is technically on Wednesday. So yeah, like the start of my like health journey week was on a Wednesday. So I'm just gonna keep it with that. Plus, I feel like it's a pretty good um, like weigh in time. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. Um, but what I was gonna say is like I have mixed feelings about doing actual like weigh-ins for this. Um, not because like I don't want to lose weight, but it's one of those things of like I don't want to get so focused on the number that I lose sight of the physical accomplishments. And like I've said like a million times now, my goals are these physical accomplishments, and then the weight loss will be a side effect of that. So I don't want to get like too fixated on these numbers, but at the same time, like being able to lose weight is something to celebrate because it's not easy regardless of who you are. Like everybody complains about how hard it is to lose weight. Um, or at least I should say a lot of people do. Some people they don't really care, and that's totally fine. Some people are comfortable at the weight that they are, or if they go upward a few pounds or down a few pounds, they don't care. And that's totally cool. Um, I'm always going to be an advocate for feeling comfortable in your own skin. But I guess like for me, I don't want to get fixated on a number on the scale, because you can do a lot of really unhealthy things to try and make that number go down. And then you're not really in a better place. Like a number is just a number, but it's how you achieve that number that's going to be important, which is why I want to focus on being able to build muscle and being able to build strength and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, there's my little my, my little 2-minute rant on that. um but yeah, so accomplishing good things. I'm gonna do weigh in on Wednesday. And the I was gonna talk about the fact that this week I was gonna try and avoid soda. I haven't been super great with that. Mostly because I had soda in my house, and I was just like, I don't want to just like throw it away, but I also don't want to just like, you know, have it sitting here for forever. So I did have soda over this weekend, um, but I'm not buying anymore. So it's all gone now. And I'm not going to buy anymore. So that's where that is. So I haven't been super great about the no soda thing up until this point, but now going forward, um, I'm not going to buy any more soda for at least another week, because I do want to try doing a whole week with just no soda whatsoever. I want to just see how that goes. Because that's the other thing is like, I don't want to just tell myself and be like, you can't have this thing ever. But I know, like, I'm trying to break bad habits. So if I take things 7 days at a time, just one week at a time, and say, you know, like this week, I'm just not going to have soda. Maybe next week I'll have one, but it'll be one, you know? And at that point, it's a treat. It's not an everyday thing. It's a treat to have. And I think that's what I want to train myself into doing is not making it a regular thing, but making it a treat that you have every once in a while. Because I'm not one of those people that prescribes to the idea that, like, and I kind of talked about this before about food not having a moral value. I don't think that there's, you know, good food, bad food, because too much of any one thing is going to be not good for you. You know, obviously, if you never drink water and all you drink is soda, you're going to get really dehydrated. You're going to be putting a lot of sugar into your system, all that kind of stuff. But conversely, if you know, only ever like eat lettuce and don't put any like protein into your body, you're going to get malnourished. So, you know, I think balance is really the key to everything as far as like diet and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna, all that to say, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's just like, I am cutting all sugar from my diet. I'm cutting all carbohydrates. I'm not gonna eat pasta. I'm not gonna drink soda. I'm never gonna have pizza, blah, blah, blah. But I want to train myself to be like, it's okay to have those things. Just don't have them so often. Make it a treat that you have once in a while rather than, you know, eating out 4 times a week or whatever, you know. Yeah, so that's just my plan going forward, continuing the doing a little bit of something every day, cutting back on soda, and then working towards getting that push-up goal a little bit higher. Um, working, still working towards that, being able to run a mile. Yeah, and then weigh in on Wednesday. All right. Have a good night, guys. Take care of yourselves. And happy Monday tomorrow.